For years, you've been playing by the rules, right? You've created fantastic content, you've optimized for search, and you've clawed your way up the rankings. But, a new game has started, and the old rules, they just don't apply anymore. Today, we're going to break down why your business might be becoming invisible, right at the moment you think you're most visible. Does this sound a little too familiar? It's a scenario that's playing out for marketing teams and B2B leaders everywhere. You finally hit the holy grail of digital marketing, page one of Google, only to realize you are a complete ghost in the AI-powered answers your customers are now turning to. And look, this isn't some small glitch. It's a fundamental shift in how businesses are discovered. All right, so this brings us right to the heart of today's explainer, the invisibility problem. We're living in this new reality where being super visible to humans on Google just doesn't translate to being visible to the machines that are now the new gatekeepers of information. We gotta give this thing a name because it's a big deal. Let's call it the Great Decoupling. Think about it like this. For the last 2 decades, showing up for humans on Google and being understood by machines were basically the same thing. They were totally linked. Well, that link is now completely broken. They are 2 separate systems and they operate on totally different rules. And the scale of this disconnect, it is absolutely staggering. A 2024 analysis from SEMrush found that of all the content that's crushing it on Google, we're talking top of the page, less than 10% of it actually shows up in AI-generated answers. Just let that sink in for a second. That means over 90% of what we've all defined as top-performing content is literally vanishing from this new channel. So, okay, if it's not about ranking on Google anymore, then what is it about? To get that, you have to understand the almost unbelievable scale of this new filter that all of your content now has to pass through. You probably think you're competing against, 10, maybe 20 other articles in your little niche, right? The other companies in your space. But what if I told you the competition is so much bigger than that? We're talking orders of magnitude larger. This represents the new reality. It means that for every single piece of content an AI actually cites in an answer, it has processed and then just discarded about 43,000 others. So your one blog post, it isn't just up against 10 others, it's up against pretty much the entire internet. This is what we call the 43,000 to 1 problem. And here is the most crucial part to understand. Most content isn't being thrown out because it's bad or low quality. No, it's discarded because it fails a basic structural test before its quality is ever even looked at. It's getting turned away at the door. And this leads us to a really dangerous trap, the volume paradox. The old SEO logic was always publish more to rank more. But in this new world, publishing more of the same unstructured content, it just makes your problem worse. You're actually just teaching the AI over and over that your content is unclassifiable, basically reinforcing your own invisibility with every single post you publish. So we've just laid out this massive, kind of frustrating problem. The big question is, has anyone actually figured this out? And this is where we need to meet Maria Dykstra. She's an AI visibility architect who has spent her entire career making companies visible, first to humans and now to machines. Her credibility here is rooted in 25 years of real-world experience at the highest levels. I mean, she built global advertising systems at Microsoft that drove billions in revenue. Then, she spent more than a decade scaling both Fortune 500s and startups with her own agency. And now, she's focused entirely on figuring out why businesses are invisible to AI. What's so powerful about her work is that it's not just theory, it's a system. She actually developed something called the Algorithmic Authority Stack, which is a 7-layer framework to diagnose and fix these very issues. She's already applied it to over 50 companies and is even writing the book on the subject, The Invisible Audience. She has a proven process for making you visible again. So, what is the core insight from all of this work? Well, it's a complete paradigm shift. The reason your content is failing isn't because your writing is bad. It's because of the structure you're building, or more accurately, the structure that you're not building. Okay, let this one sentence completely reframe your content strategy from this day forward. AI systems are not reading your content. They are classifying it. They're not getting cozy with your blog post to appreciate your clever brand voice. They are algorithmically scanning for signals that let them extract answers and tribute them with confidence. If those signals are not there, your content is essentially worthless to them. This table just lays out the disconnect perfectly. On the right, you've got everything that B2B content teams have been obsessed with for years: keyword density, backlinks, engagement metrics. Now look at the left. This is what the AI is actually looking for. Entity resolution. Can it consistently tell who you are? Answer density. Are you providing direct answers? These two worlds, they're almost entirely separate. This real-world example from one of Maria's audits just makes it painfully clear. A company spent a ton of time and money on 31 beautifully written, well-optimized blog posts. And the result? Zero visibility in ChatGPT. 31 posts, zero citations. Their content was great for humans, but it was structurally invisible to the machine because the underlying architecture was completely broken.
Okay, so let's get practical. How can you figure out if your own content is passing this new filter? Maria Dykstra provides a really simple but powerful test you can run, like right now.
Here is the test. I want you to go grab your last 5 blog posts and ask these 4 questions. Number 1, consistent language. Do you describe what your company is and does using the exact same category language every single time? 2, answer density. Does each section start by immediately answering a question right in the first sentence or two? 3, clear attribution. Is there a clearly identified expert author? And 4, standalone value. Could you lift any single paragraph out, and would it still make sense as a complete answer on its own? So here's the bottom line. If you answered no to 2 or more of those questions, this isn't a small problem. It means your content is fundamentally failing the AI classification filter. It means every time you hit that publish button, you're not building authority. You're actually compounding your own invisibility. So we've covered the what and the why. But the how to fix this, is obviously the most critical part. To really go deeper and learn exactly how to fix this architectural problem, the best place to start is with the source herself. You can find all of Maria Dykstra's frameworks and tutorials on her YouTube channel and on her website, mariadykstra.com. We'll leave you with this one final thought to chew on. For years, the whole goal was to be seen by humans on a search page. But in the age of AI, that's just not enough anymore. The real question you have to ask yourself now is your business actually built to be found by the machines that are building the shortlists of tomorrow?